Imagine looking in the mirror one morning and noticing that your hair looks thinner than it did last week. Maybe you run your fingers through it and feel strands sliding out far too easily. Maybe the drain in your shower fills faster than it ever has. You tell yourself it is temporary, you hope it is stress. You want to believe it will stop on its own. But deep down, a quiet fear starts growing. What if it gets worse? What if it never comes back? What if this is the beginning of something you cannot reverse? If you feel that fear, you are not alone. Hair loss affects millions of people, and yet most of them never truly understand why it is happening or what they can realistically do about it. Before you jump into supplements, oils, miracle shampoos, or viral TikTok hacks, you need something far more valuable. You need clarity, and that is exactly what you are going to get today. So take a moment, focus in, and let's walk through this step by step. Because the biggest mistake people make is trying random solutions before understanding the cause, and that often makes the problem worse. Now let's break everything down in a way that finally makes sense. Hair loss and thinning are not caused by one single factor. They are the result of a complex combination of biology, nutrition, hormones, stress, and sometimes underlying medical conditions. You might see someone online say, "This shampoo saved my hair," or "Just take this supplement and the problem disappears." But here is the truth you rarely hear. What works for one person might do absolutely nothing for you. Why? Because they were treating their cause, not yours. Your hair loss has a reason, and the real key is identifying which one applies to you. That is why today's video is built like a guided map. By the end, you will understand why your hair may be falling out, how different types of hair loss work, what behaviors accelerate the problem, which nutrients your body actually needs, and what science-supported steps you can take to protect your hair long-term. Now that we set the stage, let's begin with the foundation of all hair health. Picture this scenario. You step into the shower, wash your hair, and notice that an alarming amount of strands are gathering on your hands. Panic kicks in. You grab your phone, search hair loss fix, and order the first supplement that has good reviews. Seems logical, right? But this is where most people unintentionally sabotage themselves. Jumping straight to a supplement without understanding the why is like trying to patch a leaking roof while ignoring the giant hole above it. Before you spend money on treatments that may not work, we need to look at the most fundamental aspect of hair growth. Your hair is made mostly of protein, especially a structural protein called keratin. To build strong, thick strands, your body needs enough protein as well as specific nutrients that support collagen and connective tissue formation. Here is something important that many people do not realize. Your body is not designed to prioritize cosmetic features like hair when resources are limited. It prioritizes survival functions first. That means protein and collagen go to your brain, your muscles, your organs, your immune system, and only after those needs are met, the rest goes to your hair, skin, and nails. When your diet is too low in protein, your body simply does not have enough building blocks for healthy hair. The consequences become visible slowly and subtly. Strands grow thinner, hair becomes brittle, shedding increases. New hair grows weaker or slower. This raises a simple question that can spark engagement. Do you know how much protein you actually eat each day? Most people severely underestimate their needs. Keratin production depends heavily on amino acids like cysteine and methionine, both rich in sulfur. Without them, the structure of the hair weakens. Studies also show that low protein intake is associated with telogen effluvium, a type of shedding triggered by stress on the body. If you want your hair to grow back stronger, increasing protein is often one of the first steps that actually produce noticeable improvements. Next, let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids. These nutrients, especially EPA and DHA, support every cell in your body. They help regulate inflammation, protect your nervous system, and support blood flow to the scalp. They also affect the fluidity of cell membranes, meaning nutrients can enter hair follicles more effectively and waste can exit more easily. A well-nourished follicle grows healthier hair. If your diet rarely includes fatty fish or other omega-rich foods, this is a piece of the puzzle you may be missing. You may have heard that vitamins A and E are sometimes called beauty vitamins, and for a good reason. Vitamin A helps regulate cell growth and supports healthy sebum production. Vitamin E acts as a protective antioxidant that prevents damage from oxidative stress. When your hair is dull, brittle, or breaks easily, deficiencies in these vitamins may be part of the issue. The same goes for B vitamins. Biotin is famous online, but it is only one piece of a whole group that supports hair. Vitamin B6 affects melanin production, which means a deficiency can lead to premature graying. B12 and folate help deliver oxygen to cells, including hair follicles. B3 supports healthy blood flow. A balanced B complex often performs far better than biotin alone. Here is a question for the comments. Have you ever tried a B complex instead of just biotin? And did you notice any difference? Let's shift gears and look at what you are applying directly onto your scalp. You would be surprised how many popular shampoos contain harsh cleansing agents such as sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS. This ingredient produces a rich lather, which feels nice, but it can strip your scalp of moisture and irritate sensitive skin. Some studies suggest that SLS may contribute to follicle miniaturization over time. That means the hair follicle becomes smaller, producing thinner and weaker strands. Eventually, the hair shaft can become so thin that it barely protrudes from the scalp. When you combine dryness, irritation, and weakening follicles, you get a recipe for increased shedding and fragile hair. This is why choosing a gentler formula matters far more than most people think. There is no shortage of hair growth serums, oils, and tonics on the market. Many of them contain aggressive pharmaceutical agents like minoxidil or finasteride. While these can be effective for certain types of hair loss, they are not ideal for everyone. Some individuals experience short-term improvement, but worsening hair health later. A number of professionals in trichology report that long-term use may weaken the overall scalp environment for certain people. A safer route for many individuals is using formulas that contain natural compounds such as botanical extracts, MSM, a source of organic sulfur, saw palmetto extract, antioxidants like certain plant flavonoids. Saw palmetto is especially interesting scientifically because it may help reduce the activity of dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a hormone strongly linked with androgenic hair loss. This part is critical. Hair loss and hair shedding are not the same thing. Many people confuse them and choose the wrong treatment as a result. This is usually caused by nutrient deficiencies, iron deficiency, hormonal fluctuations, illness or infection, stress, medication changes. This type is often reversible once the cause is identified and corrected. This is driven mostly by hormones, especially DHT and genetics. The follicles shrink over time, producing thinner strands until they eventually stop growing. Understanding which type you are facing will determine everything about your approach. One of the least recognized but incredibly common causes of hair shedding is low ferritin, a measure of iron storage in the body. Even if your iron levels look normal, your ferritin might still be too low for healthy hair growth. Many women with chronic shedding show ferritin levels below the optimal range for hair. Why does this matter? Iron plays a key role in transporting oxygen to tissues. When levels are low, your follicles become undernourished and shift prematurely into the shedding phase. Common causes include low intake of red meat, digestive issues that impair iron absorption, chronic inflammation, conditions like Helicobacter pylori infection, heavy menstrual bleeding. If this applies to you, no amount of biotin or topical products will compensate. Fixing the iron issue is the real solution. Stress-induced hair loss is widely misunderstood. People assume it is just feeling overwhelmed. But physiologically, stress disrupts hormones, sleep cycles, immune responses, nutrient absorption, blood flow to the scalp. Your body responds to intense or prolonged stress by putting hair follicles into a survival mode. They enter a resting phase and fall out a few months later. Both emotional and physical stress can cause this: relationship problems, financial stress, work pressure, illness, surgery, infections, chronic sleep deprivation. Here is the interesting part. Melatonin, which supports sleep, also affects hair growth. When you sleep poorly, your melatonin levels drop, and your follicles feel the impact. This might surprise you, but many people notice their hair improves simply by restoring consistent, high-quality sleep. Viral infections, especially those that create strong immune responses, can trigger heavy shedding. Cases from recent years clearly showed that many individuals experienced months of hair loss following certain widespread viral illnesses. This is because the body diverts energy toward immune repair, leaving little left for hair maintenance. It is not permanent, but it does require recovery time. Hormones play a powerful role in hair health for both men and women. Women with PCOS, estrogen dominance, or endometriosis often experience oily skin, acne, greasy scalp, thinning hair, increased shedding. These issues arise partly from elevated androgen levels or disrupted hormone ratios. For men, higher testosterone and imbalance between DHT and estradiol can accelerate. Receding hairlines, thinning at the crown, overall reduced hair density. DHT reduces blood flow to follicles, making each growth cycle weaker than the last. This leads to a crucial transition point. The solution must match the cause. Here is how you can support your hair based on the mechanisms we discussed. 1. Improve scalp circulation. Better blood flow means better nutrient delivery. Helpful habits include gentle scalp massage, brushing to stimulate microcirculation, mild topical formulas that encourage local blood flow. 2. Support antioxidant levels. Compounds like certain plant polyphenols, vitamin E, and coenzyme Q10 can help protect follicles from oxidative damage. 3. Strengthen connective tissue. MSM, methyl-sulfonyl-methane, provides sulfur for collagen, keratin, and joint structures. Doses of around 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day are commonly used and may support hair strength. 4. Reduce DHT impact. Natural options like saw palmetto extract or certain phytosterols may reduce excessive DHT activity in some individuals, supporting healthier follicles. 5. Correct deficiencies. This includes proper protein intake, adequate omega-3s, balanced B vitamins, sufficient vitamin A and E, and most importantly, ensuring ferritin is within an optimal range. Without correcting deficiencies, nothing else will work long-term. 6. Manage stress strategically. This includes consistent sleep routines, addressing emotional stressors, supporting melatonin cycles, naturally improving recovery from illness. Your hair reflects the state of your internal environment. Before choosing a strategy, it is wise to run basic blood tests, check ferritin, B12, folate, thyroid markers, consult a trichologist or dermatologist, identify the specific cause. Once you know the type of hair loss, your path becomes clear. Here is another question for engagement. If you could identify the exact cause of your hair loss today, what would you want to fix first? Nutrition, hormones, stress, or scalp health? Hair regrowth is slow. Follicles need time to reduce inflammation, rebuild their structure, re-enter an active growth phase. Even with the best approach, visible improvement can take several months. This is normal and expected. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Small daily habits create long-term transformation. Scientific papers often claim that high-dose biotin is unnecessary unless you have a deficiency. However, real-world observations show that some people do experience improvements with higher doses, like 1,000 to 5,000 micrograms. Why the discrepancy? Because every person's absorption, metabolism, and deficiency level is different. But remember, biotin alone is rarely enough. It must be part of a broader strategy, not a standalone solution. No supplement, shampoo, or serum can fix the problem if you ignore the underlying cause. Hair loss is a message from your body. It is a signal that something deeper needs attention. When you understand the mechanism, you regain control. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing your experience in the comments. What type of hair loss do you think you are dealing with right now? Your story could help someone else who is going through the same fear and confusion. And if you want more science-backed, clear explanations like this, feel free to like the video or subscribe. It helps the channel and lets you stay up to date with future content that dives deeper into topics like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.